Welcome to Mommy Issues, a podcast where an ex-reality TV star mom
and her reality TV loving daughter
bridge the gap between their generations through celeb news, all things Bravo,
and their own personal mommy issues.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
If my Instacart person can't figure out how to get to my building, I might have to pick up a call.
Okay.
Is that horrible?
No, it's not horrible. We won't judge you on camera.
I mean, it's like
talk shit about you after.
Waiting all day, and now they're like, "Oh, we're 5 minutes away." But I would say let's start in 5 minutes, but I don't believe it's really 5 minutes.
But you don't even eat. What do you need Instacart for?
I need stuff to pack, like bubble wrap and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully we're having our concierge is off today. So I'm just thinking that this person is not going to get into the building. It's going to be a whole thing. So just I apologize if the phone rings and I have to actually interrupt you for that.
That is okay. We will.
Don't you feel like I feel like an amateur podcaster with David on?
Today, today I'm like all over the place. I'm behind. I'm like, oh my God, I'm late.
Well, listen, you're dealing with me and my mom. My mom is like every single time we record this podcast, I have to be late. Move your mic closer to you, like talking to the thing. It's a whole
Don't
thing.
Put on mascara while we're on the thing.
Exactly. And here we are. Here we are.
It's okay. I'm a real mess today. Okay, go on.
Okay. Hi guys. Welcome to another episode of Mommy Issues. We actually have a guest today.
Our first guest.
Our first guest, maybe our last guest. We don't know. It depends on how this goes. No pressure. Guys, say hello to David. Tell me how you say your last name.
Yontef.
David Yontef from Behind the Velvet Rope, the best podcast on, I would argue, best podcast regarding housewives and all that stuff. You guys get you really get a lot of good guests.
Well, you guys have been on it, so
I've been on it. That's why we're saying it's really good. It's the best one.
But it's not only housewives. He does you got somebody really good recently in LA. I mean,
oh yeah.
You also did. Didn't you do Teresa's first husband?
Okay, none of these are out yet, but yes, we have some.
Sorry.
We have some. No, it's okay. We have some good. I'm like Teresa's first husband. We have some good guests coming up. We do.
I mean, you've had Susan Lucci, you've had Carol, whatever the Tiger King woman, which he likes her, Beba.
I do.
Yeah,
I know. We've talked about this on the one that we did with you. You talked about it. And
you're skinnier now. Did you?
Am I though, or are you just saying I'm skinnier?
Oh my God, no! You're emaciated. You need. I'm going to be that person. You need to stop. You need to stop.
Do you know that my interview with Patty about Manjaro was just on Nightline ABC News? I don't understand how this is still a thing. It's like, yes, I'm still, did I up my dosage of Manjaro? I have, but no time recently. I just was talking to someone how all I've been doing this weekend is eating like nonstop.
David, like right now, you're skinnier than I've ever seen you. You look great, but you're skinnier than the last time I saw you.
Okay, but not skinnier than when you first met me.
No, I guess not. But...
Okay, let's stop talking about skinniness. Okay, it's triggering for some people. Okay. All right, let's start with highlights and lowlights. Mommy, why don't you go first? Highlights and lowlights of the week.
Okay, my highlights are that my mother's 90th birthday
today.
So to have a mom that has made it to 90. Not that I'm going to kill her off now, but it's kind of cool. And Gothi's been here, and I actually went out this weekend and did stuff. And
I saw.
So yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, I know. I don't leave my house, but yesterday I was out till 2 a.m.
Oh my God. What did you do?
Well, I went to the after party of the Court wedding. We went out to dinner.
Were you invited to that?
Yeah. Well, after the thing, they invited me to the actual wedding, and both parents. And I'm like, I'm not going to show up to the wedding, but they had dueling pianos. They had the dueling pianos from Orlando. They brought them here. And on top of that, they had merch. Have you ever been to like a wedding has merch? Like there was a wall of T-shirts, caps, embroidered. Tank
Are these
tops,
people
water bottles?
No, they're not. And that's really the biggest issue of all. Because when you have merch for like a wedding that you attend, what are you going to do? Wear the merch that says
it doesn't say that. No, it doesn't say that. So the after party, which was the dueling pianos, they created like a bar that was called Zeros. It's like whatever. And I don't know why it was called Zeros, but their dogs were like, they had pictures of their dogs in like, you know, like suits and hats and stuff behind the thing. And so they made up a brand for this thing. So it doesn't have their name. It's really cool. It was really cool.
Did you get the merch? Do you have the merch?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I got a tank top, you know.
Did you have to buy the merch?
No.
Oh,
can you imagine?
I was like, I have a real problem with money at.
Oh
weddings.
no!
Oh God, no!
But some people do, and you're like, this is. I mean, okay, you know, not most, but when they do, it's like, this is so horrible.
No.
That's another level of
yeah.
Poor.
That's worse than the tip. The tip. How would Gertie feel about that? Right?
Oh my God,
she was really upset about the tipping jar. I do think the tip jar was tacky.
I mean, tipping jars are terrible. Like, just you tip your bartender that you hired at the end of the night. Yeah. That's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, and I like a good swag bag. Like, you want to put one piece of merch in the overall gift that you get on the way out. But I hope a lot of other things would be in the swag bag versus like a tank top.
A tank top.
Well, no, they had that Kardashian photo
booth.
You know, the one that makes you.
Oh, that's great.
That's
a great one. I would be there the whole night. I would be there the
Kathy
whole
has
night.
A lot of pictures.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see.
So that was like a good takeaway. So that was fun. Low lights. I don't know what my low lights are. I really am trying not to focus on low lights. Is that terrible?
No, it's just not relatable. But
I know. But what's happened? Maybe I just have amnesia. I forgot.
I don't know. I don't know your life.
What do you mean? You should know my life. David, do you have any lowlights?
Yeah, let's just go to
talk about his because he's stressed out.
Highlights and lowlights.
Well, my low light is that I am in the middle of, moving. Now, I know these are first world problems because I'm going to have different residences, but I am moving all sorts of stuff into storage. And then, I mean, if you saw the apartment I was in right now, like this Zoom angle is just pleasant, but trust me, what is around me, in front of me, and on the side of me is a disaster. And then I'm moving other stuff to the Hamptons, and then I'm not moving anything to LA, but I'm coming to LA. And I also have a place in LA.
He has a place in the Hamptons. He has a place that's being finished in the Waldorf. Those are his highlights.
I mean, yeah.
The lowlights are that all of this, like, I have to move into LA and the Hamptons on April 1st, not the same day. We'll be back to back, but I just want this over with. Like, I'm really done moving. I'm really done.
Moving is the worst. They say that moving is the most stressful after like a divorce, right?
Or a death.
Divorce, death, moving.
And like, I like to do things like, let's keep the train moving. So like the person that's moving me, he's lovely, but like, he's like, okay, well, like, why did you spend all this money on like wardrobe boxes? I'm like, well, I told you I needed them within like 24 hours. Now, I appreciate that you're going to come next week, but that's like 7 days of wasted. Like, I don't like, I like to do the work for everybody else.
Right.
Like, so then today I ran out of stuff. He's like, I told you I was coming tomorrow morning. I'm like, I know, but it's Sunday and I'm ready to do other stuff today. So I ran out. So I just keep like, let's keep the process moving. Yeah. And I don't want to drive you crazy. So I appreciate that you keep saying that you would do all this for me, but unless you want to be back and forth here all day, I went and bought all this crap myself again today. So that's my low light.
Yeah, that's a pretty good low light. Any highlights?
I mean, the flip side of all that
is that I'll have 3 great places.
Yeah, you'll get to like bounce around from place to place without having to like get a hotel or Airbnb. That is pretty nice.
No more luggage.
No more luggage.
No more luggage. A little
Louis
Vuitton carry-on.
That's really what it is. Like, when I need to be in LA now, I could just walk onto this plane. That is really what I am looking forward to.
That's luxury right there.
And I'm excited. Like, I mean, I do like LA. Listen, I could never live in LA full time. And I don't think I could live in New York anymore full time. And I can never live in the Hamptons full time. So this is perfect. But don't you,
you're going to bounce around.
But don't you like LA? I like it.
I do like LA. I like the weather. Maybe not right this second. The weather has been insane. It literally snowed in the valley yesterday, which is crazy. And like really snowed in the valley. But I mean, the weather is really nice, and I only really realize how nice it is when it's raining, and I'm like, oh, I could never live in like New York, because if it's like this all the time, I really do get depressed. Like I need to be outside. Yeah.
See, I don't need to be like I was there for January when it rained nonstop, and I'm like, I love this.
I love this too. I'm such a like, hiding in the dark.
Yeah, because it gives you an excuse to be agoraphobic, which you already are. So it's like, oh, now everybody probably has to be inside, so you probably feel less alone.
Yeah. On Friday night, when I went out on Friday night, I realized that I really don't like to go out that much, and then on Saturday I kind of did a do-over, and I'm like, I can't become this person that just doesn't enjoy, like I can't do small talk, and I can't do like just I don't know.
I get it. I'm the same way.
Can I answer the door for my delivery?
Yes, you can answer the door,
and then I'll be back.
In the meantime, I'm gonna give my highlights and lowlights,
which you just love to do.
I do, and by the way, I have a lot of highlights.
Oh, good.
So get ready. So my highlight is I booked not 1, not 2, but 3 gigs this week. And I'm very proud of
these are production jobs.
I mean, mom's going back to work.
It sounds like you're going to go do some piercings on the Santa Monica Pier.
I might. But yeah, I decided I'm going to go back to work, and like mama decided to go back to work. Look at this.
Oh, there you go. The big bubble wrap.
How unprofessional. You say that you feel like you need to step up your game because I'm here. How unprofessional that I'm interrupting a podcast to answer the door. Unacceptable.
Well, what you missed is my highlight is I booked 3 jobs because I'm going back to work now that my daughter is 7 months tomorrow. And we're getting back to work. We're doing it.
And it's all Food Network?
2 are Food Network. 1 is like for Roku. I don't even.
Oh, don't do that. Roku's going places. Roku's getting.
Okay. Name 1 Roku show.
The one that I was supposed to do that I didn't do because your child was born right in the middle of it. It's called.
Oh, so it's my fault.
Yeah, I don't know. It was in Spanish. I wasn't that into it anyway, but
I'm going to hold it while you do that.
See, that is what I love about LA because like, you know what it is? I'm not necessarily agoraphobic, but I'm a workaholic. And that's why I love when it rains.
Right.
But that is what I love about LA is like, now mind you, I get to also get on a plane and leave when I'm ready, but I love that it's like, it's work. It's all work talk. You go out, you meet people.
You love that?
I love that too.
I do.
Oh my God.
I don't do, but I'm not thirsty. I don't like the thirstiness of it. But like, if you're not looking for that, I like the actual work talk of life.
I think it's also different because you guys you don't live here. When you go out anywhere here and that's all people want to talk about, it is the worst thing ever.
Oh no,
you're like,
I'm here.
I have more in my life going on than work. That's insane. It's not my identity.
Oh, see, my identity is related to my work and I love it. And so that's why small talk to me is a waste of time. Like,
me too. I hate
what
small
are we
talk.
Creating with this conversation?
Don't you think work is small talk?
No.
When you go out, the first question you ask or one of the first questions you ask, is it, what do you do?
I mean, I don't know. I don't go out with a lot of people I don't know. So I'm not interested in meeting new people.
No, and I hate I do hate small talk also. Like a friend of mine had a party like a few weeks ago in LA, and he's friends with like Janice Dickinson, who was on my podcast. So like I went to this party and like whatever, and then she was there. I saw her just sitting there, and I'm like, oh well, now I'm interested because like I could maybe get you back on my. But I too also I don't ask anything like what do you do because I'm like Anna. I'm fine to not ask you anything because I don't really want to know, and you also don't have to ask me anything about anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I just want conversations to be productive in the sense that could it spark some creativity in me? Because I feel like we always have to create something new and always be evolving. So if the person is just like, it's just nonsense or like.
I feel the same. I don't like small talk. I like to get deep. So I'll immediately ask you, are you a child of divorce? What's going on there? Like, I'll just try to dive right in.
You ask people, are you a child of divorce?
No, but actually I have a question for the group.
You should start asking people that as soon as you meet them. Nice to meet you. Are you a child of divorce? That would be an interesting way to walk around LA.
Okay. I do have a question regarding small talk. We're going to get to stuff, but this is just so interesting. You know how you're not supposed to talk about like money and politics, like at a dinner table or whatever? Religion.
Yeah.
How do you feel about talking about sex? Is it the same taboo vibes? Like you can't really talk about it?
I don't think so.
I mean, look, what I don't like is people that talk about sex like we do it 5 times a day, because they're all lying and overcompensating.
Like
if the
Teresa.
conversation is
Yes.
if the conversation is, you know, I haven't been laid in a month,
right,
or something like whatever.
Self-deprecating is okay. Self-deprecating sex talk is okay, but if you're talking about it like, boasting. Oh, we did it yesterday, you can't say that.
No. Yeah, okay. I don't want to hear it, and I don't want the mental picture. I don't care how beautiful.
Well, that's why I'm like, is it?
I don't think it's not as taboo for me. Like, I think asking someone, like I was with some people recently. I didn't ask this, but I was with someone else. I think you know the story. It's like, and this one person was asking these other people like how much money they made, and it was all it was LA on like a deal they had with, and these people were like looking at me. I'm like, don't look at me just because I brought this person. Like, I'm mortified. I think asking about money is so mortifying.
So embarrassing.
That is like not. Yeah, that's not okay.
Yeah,
and politics is kind of a close second. It's like, I mean, whatever I say, someone here is going to run all over me. So why would I ever answer this?
Well, you're just inciting conflict. Yeah, I'm okay with sex too, but I think it's the same thing where like you shouldn't talk about it if you're boasting about it. A la Teresa Giudice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me just finish my lowlights. Okay. Lola ate a book. Like, I told my mom this already, but Lola, when she woke up at like 6:30 the other day, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I have to like get back in bed. So I put her in bed with us, and I had a book on my nightstand, you know, just a regular book, not one of those like hard kids books. And I put it in front of her, and she just started like banging it. And I was like, okay, she'll entertain herself.
And you fell asleep.
I closed my eyes for like, I would say it was like 10 minutes. I didn't fall asleep. I just closed my eyes. And when I woke up, a corner of the book was like destroyed, and like clearly she was like chewing on it. And I looked for the piece that was missing everywhere, and I couldn't find it. Therefore, she ate it. And then because of that, she was constipated for 100 years.
Yeah.
For 100 years.
Oh my God.
It was awful. But
okay, that's my low light too then. Anytime you abuse my grandchild, that's my low light.
I didn't abuse her. She is a puppy. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what baby eats books? That's insane.
Seriously.
Anyways, okay, let's get into some gossip.
And by the way, my highlight is actually really Anna saying I look like emaciated and sick from my burnout. So honestly, I think my highlight has happened. Listen, it's like, you know, I just think it's happening right here.
Yeah. And you know what? Thank you for that. It's like he's enjoying not eating. Like he's enjoying.
No, I'm not. No, there's nothing enjoyable about it except for when I do leave the house and put my pants on. That's the only enjoyable thing.
Right.
Where you feel good. You feel good in the clothes you're wearing now.
I feel like 2019 David, which is the David that I knew for a long time. Like, honestly, that's what I say to people. I'm like, fuck off if you have an issue with what I'm doing. I don't care, because I feel like myself and I am happy now.
That's the biggest thing. When you are working on yourself and you feel good about yourself, then it doesn't matter what anybody is saying.
More you know who I think is taking that too is Gail, Oprah's whatever, Gail King. She's lost a lot of weight. She looks good. I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with it. Being overweight is, you know, I mean, we're not going to get into that, but it makes some people unhappy and whatever.
And mind you, I am saying, like, I am envious of people that don't need Botox, that can be overweight. I'm envious that you can own it and be happy in your own skin. Like, I'm not judging. There's no body shaming. It's more just like, apparently,
this is where you're at.
This is where I'm at. And apparently I have no identity other than my work, as we just found out. So let me just be. So really the joke is on me. We're
uncovering who you are.
It's
okay.
Like, this is what I need. And so and honestly, it's like it's a work necessity, because people stare at me all day. It's like,
and then you have to look back at it. And if you're not happy with what you see, that sucks.
Yeah.
Right.
Much happier these days.
Okay. Let's move on, guys.
Let's do it.
We got some, there's actually not that much celeb news. We're going to get into Bravo bullshit, but let's at least touch on some stuff that happened this week.
Let's do it.
Okay. Number 1, Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner are hooking up. They were seen making out. Yeah. Isn't that weird? Like, what a weird, I would never in a million years.
Really?
think about Bad Bunny and Kendall. I don't know why.
I would think Bad Bunny and Kylie, but not Kendall.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
That feels more of a Kylie vibe than a Kendall vibe.
I could kind of see it. Like he has kind of like a similar vibe to like Devin Booker. No, little bit.
Does he?
A little bit of little.
I just think like an athlete versus like a musician who's very fluid and open about his sexuality and like, you know.
Oh, is he fluid and open?
He's fluid. He does like drag stuff in his music videos. Sometimes it's very Harry Styles for Latin America.
Oh,
you know?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him.
Which I guess she did date Harry Styles, but she dated Harry Styles before Harry Styles was like Harry Styles, you know?
Right.
So, but still, the memes that are coming out about the Kendall and Bad Bunny of it all are so funny. Like just her, like people putting videos from Bridesmaids of Kristen, what's her name?
Kristen
Wiig speaking Spanish. Do you remember? She's like, y la biblioteca se hace. It's like, and it's like Kendall Jenner trying to talk to Bad Bunny.
Right, because he doesn't really speak English.
Yeah, he's like ESL for real.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, does this have legs though? Like, do we think this is going to go anywhere?
I don't think so. I think this is like a hookup. He's hot right now.
A little bit longer than J-Lo and Ben Affleck's marriage.
Oh yeah, have you heard this? My mom thinks that J-Lo and Ben are gonna split.
Oh yeah,
why? Just speak. Well,
he's miserable.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't think so until the whole, you know, what was it? Was it the Grammys? Was that the award? So I mean, that did, you know, like, look, if you're being,
it was tough.
I think it's very hard to date someone like J-Lo, just in the sense that, like, I mean, she's J-Lo.
And I think there's a little vengeance involved there, because part of the reason that they broke up is because he was so much bigger than her back when they dated. And so she's like, now I'm J-Lo, you know. I think there's a little of that, and that she's trying to make him into like, put him in a cubby, you know.
She's trying to make him
Ben in the corner. Yeah.
She's like cleaned him up, and I'm like, I don't want a cleaned up Ben. I want like a raw, dirty kind of drinking
Marlboro
Ben.
Man.
Yeah, I want him with the big ass Dunkin' Donuts cup and like a sloppy shirt that's kind of stained with a scruff. I want him dirty.
I mean, he has his issues, right? So I think that's just got to be hard to date in general. Like, I think he has some darkness there, and I think she's just so desperate to be in love. And I don't know if that's like, that's not necessarily the best combination, but I think he's like, she's great for him probably, right? Like, I think he is happy, but then he's not.
I don't think he's happy.
That's what I was telling her last week. I was like, I think that he has been alpha in a lot of his relationships, and he wants to be beta now. He wants to be taken care of. He wants to be coddled. He wants to be dressed. He wants to be groomed. J-Lo is the perfect person for that.
And he still is a man. Like, when they walk through the crowds, like, he does lead. And
he's like a man.
I think, right. So like, maybe it's
That's
equal,
true. That's
maybe.
True. That's true.
Right?
I
Like,
don't know. He was miserable that night, and anybody has an off night. But I think what really, you know, informed my opinion is how much he desperately tried to overcompensate for that
with
by
the tattoos.
Shit, you know, the tattoos, and then posting all these lovey-dovey things. It's like, we get it. You know what I mean? He's not miserable. Is that what you want us to?
We're happy.
You know? Yeah, we're happy. We're happy. We're committed, doing something permanent, you know? So whatever.
Okay, I have to really break this down for you, because I assure you both probably don't know about this. Have you heard about the Selena Gomez, Hailey Bieber of it all in the last like 3 days?
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You see,
of course David does.
I've heard of it, but there are parts of it that confuse me. So feel free to break it down.
I'm going to break it down for you, because I wrote it down in my show notes, and I was like, the first thing I wrote down was like, this was probably on Tuesday. I just wrote Selena Gomez manic behavior, because she did a thing where she posted on like TikTok or Instagram, her eyebrows, like it's like a Bella Hadid eyebrow filter. And she was saying in the TikTok, like, I wish I was as pretty as Bella Hadid, which is like weird because I don't think they're friends, whatever. And then the next slide she posted just a photo of Bella Hadid with hashtag girl crush. And it was like, what are you doing? You're weird. Also, Selena Gomez doesn't really participate in social media that much. She's been very open about the fact that it makes her feel crazy. No, she didn't. Because Bella Hadid did not even respond to any of this. Whatever. all that to say, I wrote that down on Tuesday. And then when I was like updating my notes after going through this whole thing about Selena Gomez and Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner, this is what I wrote. Okay. Just stay with me. First, Selena Gomez posted she wished she looked as hot as Bella Hadid, then posted a photo of Bella Hadid with Girl Crush. Then Selena posted a hot photo of herself from years ago where she looked hot, skinny, boobs out, whatever, and a lot thinner than she is now. Mind you, she's been getting shit from people online about her weight. Then she was talking about how over laminated her eyebrows are looking and that she looked crazy. Then Hailey Bieber and Kylie Jenner posted a screenshot of their FaceTime call together of just their eyebrows, which people thought it was a subtle way of making fun of Selena Gomez. Then a video of Hailey Bieber dissing Taylor Swift, who is Selena Gomez's best friend, resurfaced, and people flipped out on her, commenting mean shit on her Instagram, TikTok. Then Selena went on a commenting spree of these videos fans were making about how Hailey is a mean girl. Then Kylie and Selena were neck and neck for the most followed person on Instagram at 380 million. And Selena ended up winning by 1. She ended up going to 381 million, which was pointless because then she decided to take a break from social media. And by the way, this all happened within, I would say, 48 hours.
And she was manic.
Hailey Bieber is also limiting her comments.
Comments. Yeah. Because people were just like, doing the thing where they come at her. The Selena people were like, you're a bitch, you're a mean girl. It was wild. It was a wild 48 hours that was like, when in the grand scheme of things, it's all so stupid. And it started with eyebrows. Eyebrows.
I'm okay having missed all this.
380 million is a lot, though.
Yeah,
that's more people than are in the US.
Yes, that's true. So there's some bots in there. No, I'm kidding.
There might be some
there's people from outside the US.
Well, my question to both of you, knowing this, David, I know that you already know it, but are you team Selena or are you team Hailey/Kylie?
I think I'm team Selena.
I think I'm team Hailey/Kylie.
I think I'm team Hailey/Kylie as well, because I think Selena is a little unhinged.
Well, but and that's why I'm on her side, because I'm a little unhinged sometimes. Yeah, and I understand, that happens. I mean, I don't go to my social media and I know not to do that. I go into my little agoraphobic shell when I'm feeling like that, and I limit the damage. But and mental health,
she is an advocate of mental health. She's talked about so much about social media.
So she had a moment.
She had a moment, but like I think she's in the wrong. I think going on a commenting spree and outwardly being like, when somebody's making a TikTok, a fan who's like, Hailey's a mean girl and these girls are terrible to Selena, and they're hearting that. That's not cool, because then people are going to go attack Hailey, and that's not nice.
Right. But do you understand that nice and not cool and whatever doesn't apply when you're dealing with mental health? It's just like any other disease.
Yeah, that's true.
And so you're blaming her for something she doesn't really have control over. You think she has control, but the way her brain goes is like, if she was being manic, it's like, this is a bad idea, this is a good idea, this is a bad idea, this is a good idea. Okay, let's do it. You know what I mean? It's so that's why
she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
Right. So she was manic at that moment and she did it, and then whatever she caught,
and that's when maybe you should just stay off social.
You should.
And she has assistants who like handle her Instagram, and she's like openly talked about how TikTok is a more positive space because she can like learn from there and people are much nicer, whatever. So everything that she did was through TikTok, and she says that she handles that account herself. So I bet one of her assistants probably intervened and was like, Selena, hand over the phone.
But she's been through a lot, and then she was with Justin Bieber, and
that was a toxic relationship.
Yeah, it was a toxic relationship. She was very affected by the breakup. You think people get over things that easily?
No, definitely not, especially when it really affected her like that. But the thing is, it's like, he's married now, like you gotta leave it alone.
You gotta get over it.
And like,
but I don't think it helps that they're so in love, so it seems, and it's in the news. And Hailey Bieber's gorgeous. I know that shouldn't matter, but I don't think
but it does. Helps. It adds another layer to it. I just think like the whole thing.
But Selena's very talented.
Is she? She's a good actress. She's a terrible singer.
She's a good actress, and she's
such a good actress.
Career. Okay, so what does Hailey Bieber do?
She is a model and a business owner.
Oh yeah, and I heard her makeup brand is not doing well. By the way, there are more celebrity makeup brands than there are celebrities.
It's like, insane. Stop. It's
Say that
insane.
That there are more celebrity makeup brands than there are celebrities. I mean, it's
out
too
of
much.
control. Right?
And skincare too, like the skincare lines.
Yeah.
The alcohol brands. It's like, give it a rest. Everyone needs to do what Ryan Reynolds is doing. Like, get a phone company. Be different.
Yeah, do something different. But yeah, for sure. It's out of control. Everybody has it.
The only thing I want to say after it, Selena Gomez commenting on people saying that Hailey Bieber is a mean girl is doing the exact thing that she's claiming Hailey is doing, of like being a mean girl. She knows that what that's going to do is incite violence on Hailey by leaving a comment, by liking a post like that. And I think it's hypocritical and fake, which is why I'm team Hailey and Kylie. And I also don't think that Hailey and Kylie were actually making fun of this girl's eyebrows. I think that's a stretch.
Well, I don't know. I don't really, it was Hailey and who else? And Kendall?
Kylie.
Oh, Kylie. You know, whatever. I feel bad for Selena.
Maybe I'm a Kardashian apologist, a Kardashian/Jenner apologist, because I love them so much.
A Kardashian. Yeah, I think I'm a Kardashian apologist.
Yeah. So
I don't think that they can do any wrong. And I think that, you know, like I said before, like I'm scared of Kris Jenner, and I don't scare very easily. I'm scared.
I'm scared, and I also just want her to teach me your ways. Like, take me under.
I just want her to adopt me.
Just
teach me your ways, girl.
Yeah, teach me your ways. Take me under your, you know, lasered wing, and just you know, whatever, you know.
They're doing something right.
Yeah,
they really are. I mean, God.
Right,
okay.
To Bravo.
Yeah, let's do some Bravo bullshit. So why don't we recap Miami? Did you watch, David?
I did, because I have. Well, I mean, it'll be out by the time. I don't know what time this episode drops, but I just. Oh, well,
yours
same
comes
day.
Tomorrow too. So
yeah, we have Miss Adriana Demora on the first part.
Yeah, so definitely as soon as you
so everyone go to Behind the Velvet Rope.
Yeah, as soon as you finish ours, go straight to Behind the Velvet Rope to listen to.
By the way, what a great guest right after this episode of Miami, because it was all centered around Adriana, in my opinion, losing her fucking mind. And
then this episode was kind of like the apology tour, you know. And I don't know, I'll tell you, I saw a lot on social media. There are a lot of people that were on her side.
Really?
Surprisingly, yeah. A lot of people felt that, because, you know, you take that at face value. Say, it's my kid. You don't talk about my kid. You know, it's that whole thing of housewives that's become whatever. I get it. It was a stupid foot and mouth thing, like where she was coming from a place, and you know, we've already discussed this, but she was coming from a place of feeling very alone. I think Adriana is a little bit depressed, just a little, you know, from what I see. Yeah. And I think that she sees herself alone, no partner, no whatever, getting older. Her son is away, and she thinks, if my foot had broken, and it didn't, but at the moment she didn't know. She was trying to explain the amount of things that could come from that, you know what I mean, the slippery slope of it. I'm alone, I'm this, I'm that, whatever.
It's insane. She was just saying my foot could have broken into a million pieces, is what she said. That's
and it could have.
Mommy, are you crazy?
Do you see all those heifers?
My house could come in right now, and I could die right now. Do you understand that?
She's a toothpick, and like 20 heifers fell on her foot. You know,
heifers. Literally the skinniest person.
Oh, it's Gertie. It was Gertie. Okay,
Gertie.
I don't know. Whatever. Look, it was wrong. There's no excusing that, and she's not excusing it either. I'm just saying that people are saying
on
that.
Her side. I want to know what David thinks. I'm done with you.
She doubled down on
her. Yeah, I mean, her apology tour did continue today on the Behind the Velvet Rope podcast.
Okay.
She had a lot to say about it. I mean, I do see it like, yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Anna. Like, if you look at social media, like more people, it's mixed. It is mixed. A lot of people are. Look, she said on my podcast, which it's not out yet, but people were already saying this before. She was saying that like Alexia and Marisol were coming for her that weekend and they would have found something else, which
they
is
would have found something.
truly
It was
what
very
she
convenient.
said.
I agree.
that she screwed it up. Like,
I believe that.
Really, yes. They were like, and that's it. You're done. Like Marisol goes, that's it. She's done forever. And it's like, is she done forever? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Some of the things I've read is like, granted, like, you know, somebody on Twitter, for example, and I don't remember who sent me this, you know, granted what Adriana said was wrong, but then they refer to cocaine Barbie, like they call her that.
Oh my God. Cocaine
you know,
bear.
Yeah, really wanted to
Cocaine barracuda.
Yeah, right, exactly. Just whatever, pounce on her, and drunk us all. Now they're calling Marisol drunk us all. Drunk us all was all for it and whatever. I don't know.
And she even gave an interview, Marisol, since then, where she's just like, you know, I'll never forgive her. It's like, okay, listen, this is really between like, you know, Adriana and
Alexia. And then
the fact that she brought up your ex and all this bullshit, like, you're going to make this about you, bitch?
Of course
like,
she is.
Sorry.
Of course she is.
First of all, the ex thing. Okay. Why didn't you tell me then? I talked to Marisol when she broke up with that guy. It was, you know, at that point, she was suicidal. Okay. Like she was really devastated. 3 years later, she's married. She's happy, according to her, having sex 50 times a day. This is the time to tell her. Don't tell her when she's whatever. And by the way, everybody on that show brings up a lot of stuff that they don't need to bring up, because that's
the name of the game.
That is the whole show. There would be no show if you didn't bring up things that didn't, you know, like if everybody just was like all niceties constantly. So whatever. I find that and then to
me it was a throwaway. It was just Adriana, like I think in Adriana's mind she was trying to connect, trying to be
she was like, I'm telling you, like if you know her, and the thing is that she was around when that happened to Frankie. She loved Frankie. She, you know, whatever.
I know, it doesn't matter. She still shouldn't have said it. At the end of the day, it's not excusable. What Adriana said. What Alexia and Marisol did was milk that cow until it was absolutely dried up
in a neat bow. And what happens is that people had already seen, like they had both lost a lot of credit with the viewers already. Marisol and Alexia, especially Alexia, had been losing credit with the viewers for weeks. When this happened, it helped her a little, but if she had just been like hurt and that's it, hurt, but she went aggressive and aggressive and aggressive, it's like, okay, too far. That's how people felt about it. Too much. And what does this have to do with you, Marisol? Shut up.
It has nothing to do
with
Marisol.
That's how people feel about
it. But that it's Alexia and Marisol are a package deal, which honestly hurts Alexia more than I think she realizes.
Oh my God. All you had to see was those, you know, part of the episode where Marisol wasn't there.
Yeah. David, I want to know what you think about that. The episode before where Marisol was not at the Bahamas in the beginning of the trip. How did you feel about that?
I asked Adriana about that. I said, I mean, as a viewer, this is how it came across. What do you think? I'm like, was it really a different energy? She's like, it was. And I'm like, you were getting somewhere with Alexia. It's one of the questions I asked her. I said, do you think your overall relationship with Alexia would be different if it wasn't for Marisol? And she's like, I do. Yeah. She's like, I do. I mean, not even with this instance, just in general.
In general, I think
and then I asked her, do you think like Marisol is trying to keep Alexia, you know, at arm's length from all of you because she's so insecure? Right. And she's like, yes. So I guess I meant I asked some shady questions, but it really is true. I mean, that is Marisol's MO, you know? So it's like, look, I think Adriana was worried that I'm like, girl, this isn't going to cancel you. Like it's, you know, I'm like, everyone, it's a horrible thing to say. I agree. I mean, I think in the heat of the moment, I still never would have said this. Just, I would have been like, God, oh God, this is so egregious. Like, stop. So I don't think I would have ever said this, no matter how much I couldn't stand someone. But I understand, like, right. I agree. Like Adriana in her heart is a good person. She really is.
I agree. Yeah. And that's what we were saying. Like, I love Adriana up until these last two episodes where I don't think I just didn't agree with what she said.
I mean,
but I was team Adriana and Julia. I was like, they were on their own little show. I'm like, I kind of love this. It's like its own separate show. And then you have Miami Housewives and then you have these two like duos just being hilarious.
That right. As I've known Adriana for, you know, well over 10 years already. And I was on a show 2 seasons with her. And I was very friendly with Joanna and they had a big whatever. And I never once had an issue with Adriana. It never affected anything. You know what I mean? I'm friendly with Adriana. We don't talk every day or anything like that, but we were on a reality show together and never had one fight about anything. So she's just not gratuitously mean-spirited. It's not like, I heard your boyfriend is married. Why? Now, you know what I mean? She really likes that guy, and now she doesn't have that guy. And it's like everybody else is just so, shitting rainbows about how happy they are in their own relationships and how
so
much
sex like, oh, she needs to get laid.
Right.
We have sex all the time.
Right. But give her a chance then. Give the girl a chance. That's what I think.
And like, I understood why. I mean, like, I get it. I understand why Alexia posted what she posted. Like, I understand why she's upset. But look, they're all coming back. So I have that from many reliable sources.
Yeah, everybody's coming back. I heard that too.
But and so they're gonna have to figure it out because, like, in like a week, they're gonna start filming. I mean, the minute the reunion's over, this starts in March. Yeah. So
I think they're gonna. I think Alexia Marisol's like goal for that whole like coming to Adriana like so forcefully was in hopes that she would not come back next season, because I think they probably think she's dead weight, which she's not. She brings something.
Yeah, and I think also Marisol thinks that she has a better chance of becoming a full-fledged housewife if God, and I just don't
that she's
I just never
still.
see that happening. I mean, I don't know, but I don't see her.
I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening.
I mean,
either.
They also do, first of all, I'm shocked. I mean, we have 9 people and all 9 are coming back. So right there, just everyone, but they're not looking to upgrade.
No,
they
don't
need to. It's not happening.
They don't need to. They had a great season.
Yeah, and they don't need to anyway, because Marisol already has such a huge role because she's Alexia's, like her whatever.
Her bitch,
her and McMahon.
Speaking of which, did you guys watch the Ultimate Girls Trip trailer that came out this week?
I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I think that
go ahead.
When Marisol lost it, saying, you said you're not my friend because you're telling people
I had a fake marriage.
My fake marriage, which it's true. She has said that to people, including me. And then Alexia just responded. I didn't really see it because I can't stand,
she said something about pills. Like, you need to
she said you need to be medicated or whatever. And it's like, she doesn't address that. And Marisol, deep in her heart, in places she doesn't talk about at cocktail parties, knows that Alexia betrayed her, and she is so desperate to be her sidekick that she's going to let it go. But she won't let go that Adriana said something about somebody else's child, in a stupid moment. It's like the whole thing is just, where are your standards? Where is your dignity and self-respect?
I don't.
How many people have to tell you?
I don't think she has the ability to have standards when she wants to be employed, and stay on the show and keep having those opportunities, which no shade to that. I get it. Like, you gotta work.
Agreed. But
I mean, is anyone excited for Girls Trip 3? Because I'm not.
Really? Oh, I was gonna say,
really?
This Girls Trip looks better than all the other ones, not because of the Miami aspect of it. The groups of the duos that they brought are people who really just say the shit, And
I heard that the guy that from Thailand is hilarious.
Oh yeah. I mean,
he looks hilarious.
He looks hilarious. I'm probably a little more excited for what's going to come out of the one with Caroline and Brandy.
Oh, I know.
You just had Brandy on, David.
Yeah, you
guys,
did.
You have to go listen to Brandy on Behind the. You loved her?
I mean, yes, everyone listened to the interview. I mean, you know what the thing about Brandy is? It's like, it's a great interview because, I mean, look, I really feel Brandy is like, I don't care who you are. I just want you to be authentic, right? Totally. So like, I feel Brandy is authentic because she just can't help herself. So it was like just Christmas morning with Brandy. I mean, we talked about LVP. We talked about Kim Richards. We talked about Rinna, like current, past. It was just like,
she doesn't hold back.
Eddie and Leanne. Like, I could have asked anything. And it's like, you ask a question, like it was a real human being sitting in front of me, as opposed to the marketing machine that many people are, where they give me canned answers. And
for sure,
the publicist is on. Brandy was just like, ask me a question, I'm going to give you an answer.
What is your social security number? She probably would have told you.
Her. I think Candace, for me, looks like the MVP of Girls Trip 3. I could do without Leah in my life.
I could do without Leah too, I think.
But But I do like Giselle too. I think Giselle's so funny.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
she's
Candace
so
is
pretty.
MVP, I think, of housewives in general right now. Like Potomac was so good because of Candace. This girls trip is going to be good because of her. Portia is on the season of girls trip,
Portia's hilarious.
which is like, she's not even on Atlanta anymore. So it's all very like, I think it's going to be very, very entertaining. And to be in like a foreign country that's like Thailand foreign country, not like, oh, we're in Paris or London. Like they are in the jungle for real.
Yeah.
So to see these like glam girls try to like be glam in the jungle, it's going to be hilarious.
All right.
I just wonder what they're going to do with Girls Trip 4. Like,
I
is
know.
I wanna
Carolyn,
know.
is she suing? Will this ever see the light of day?
Oh,
Is it going to be like, I think that
that's
they're
so
just
true.
like, I just think they're like, you have cost us so much fucking hours of work. Like, that's what I
You
think.
mean Brandy?
Yeah, the whole situation. Like, is
Yeah.
this like if Carolyn sues, which I mean, I think she probably is, or she's probably trying to work something out. Like,
I think so.
Yeah, I do. I really do. I said that
Yeah.
right away. I do.
Yeah.
I really do. I don't care. I mean, you sign these contracts so you can't sue each other or the network, but all that's out the window when it's criminal. Now you could sue anyone. I mean, Candace and Monique almost sued each other on Potomac
Yeah.
in season 5 when they were so I think when it's like, you know,
no, this is serious.
They did sue. They did sue, and then they dropped it for like assault charges. But like when it's criminal, you can't stop people that sign a contract from suing. As a fellow lawyer, Anna, you know.
No, I know.
And
I just don't know.
I think she's gonna sue. I do because I think she's done with the network. I think she doesn't care. She didn't even want to go to begin with. She went for $250,000. I think she's just gonna put the nail in her coffin and get a payday and be done. I think she wants to be done anyway.
But what I don't know how big a payday it would be brought, to set that kind of precedent for Bravo or Peacock or whatever. It would be a bad thing because then people will come out of the woodworks. These shows have
no, but this is like very clear, and I think it's on camera what happened. So I think she could walk away with
it could be like hush hush
change. Yeah, exactly.
Like
they just decided to settle, whatever.
I just think, and the other thing is Brandy apparently, I think Brandy will never work with Peacock or
Bravo
never again. Unfortunately,
she's done.
She also said, to the cameraman, like, I'm gonna fuck you tonight, or you're gonna fuck me tonight. Do you know this? Yeah. So she apparently knew the cameraman. I don't know if he was on Girls Trip 2 or Real Housewives of Beverly, but she was someone she knew. That's
because it's the guy. It's from Shed. So Shed is developing. It does all Ultimate Girls Trips.
So I think that's when they watched the footage back, and apparently he saw it. Personally, I think this cameraman was probably like, oh shit, I better report this before I get in trouble.
Exactly.
But it's still there. She still said it. So I just think it's
messy.
like she really is done. And like, I just give the facts. I don't give, because I love Brandy. She was great on the shows, and it's such a shame.
But she's too much of a liability. And of all the people to do that with, I just don't understand. I think she really likes a challenge. You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to say. It's Brandy likes to poke the bear.
Yeah.
She got a lot of press with my interview, which was before Girls Trip, because she said, I mean, it's not like 10 years ago, only like a month before she went. In her interview, the thing that's getting picked up everywhere, she said, like, look, I get drunk. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. I like to touch people when I'm drunk. I like to give laps. I mean, she said this like, yeah. So when I looked at what she said, I was like, holy shit, this is going to be a big thing. Because she said, I like to give lap dances. And it's not like we misled anyone. Everyone that's picking it up says like a month before she left, here was the interview.
But that's kind of interesting that she said all that, that she likes to touch people and do lap dances and
and I'm paraphrasing, but it's definitely, she said lap dances, and it is what it is, and I'm not gonna apologize.
That's what she did at Dorinda's house at Blue Manor for Girls Trip. She who did she give a lap dance to? She like hiked up her dress so much you could see
and you could see everything.
So
it was wild.
That's the sad thing though, because like she's another one that I do think has like a heart of gold. Like I could see her being like, come on, Carolyn, why don't you like me? Why? Come on, like let's have some fun. Like it wasn't, but yes, it's still, I'm not justifying it, because again, in no world would I ever put my hands on a man, a woman, like whoever it is,
without consent.
I just think a little bit of this is, this is just what's happening with Bravo. When you get rid of a housewife, right? There's a huge majority of them that their quest in life is just to get back on the show. But then when you have somebody like Brandy that you're just dangling a carrot in her, it's like, but just out of her reach, and you take it away, and it's like, here, it's just out of, you go kind of crazy and you kind of
Mhm.
want to do whatever. Like, what do you want from me? What will it take for you to give me the carrot? How crazy do you want me to act? Pull weaves, flip tables,
No, she'll do anything.
sexually assault somebody, what's it going to take? And so she is a huge liability. They can never, ever, ever
It's
consider
over for
using her again.
Brandy, unfortunately, which sucks because she was I loved her on Girls Trip at Blue
Fine, but
Manor.
she's
That
good
was
TV,
great.
but she's not good enough TV to be back on Beverly Hills because she's too ratchet for Beverly Hills.
No,
what is the
correct. That's
substance there?
unfortunately what it is.
Okay.
They
That's
traded in Brandy
unfortunately
for
what
a
it-
Kathy Hilton. It's
for
like
Kathy Hilton. And by the way, I mean, I do think what you're saying, Anna, but like, you're in production, babe, but like, I think it's also like, well, we know, Vicky's not going to pull up her skirt. It's like, I think it's her. It is her.
it is.
But
It's her.
I think that the producers are like, go girl. Now, of course, not when it goes too far.
Right.
But I think they're like, yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
great.
yeah, of
And start it with
course.
like, so, I mean, it's like, that's why I think it's so unfortunate. I think it's like the same reason Lisa Rinna got fired. I think they were like, good job all season. Like, you're doing great. You're doing great. And they knew we're just going to hang this bitch to dry. The same way with like Dorinda. Like, so I think I don't think they wanted this to happen.
I don't think that they know, but I think that producers on Housewives need to take a special course, there's so much psychology involved, and where you are as a housewife. If you're a season 1 housewife, the glow up second season housewife, or a long-term housewife, depending how old you are, all those things, in order to really manage a housewife and get the most, suck the juice out of each one and get good TV and great sound bites, they need to be more educated, not just about production.
Well, just from a production standpoint, you need to remember that a season of a Housewives franchise, like in Miami, they're shooting over the course of 3 months. A Girls Trip is 7 to 8 days. Do you know how much content you need in 7 to 8 days to create 10, maybe 12 episodes? You need somebody to kind of get shit going so you can extend that through episodes and edit. If not, you're gonna have a really boring season. So I think they do put in people like Brandy to be like, oh, look at how much content we got from this last Girls Trip, and mostly it was because of Brandy. Let's throw her in here just to make sure. It's kind of it's like a safety net for them of like, God forbid these girls all get along. What the hell are we gonna do? Throw Brandy in there,
Right.
It's such a shame, right? Because she was doing what she thought they wanted. She was doing what she thinks she needed to do. It's like she does need the money. And she's such great TV. She also just did a cameo that's going viral for some random person, but it was a cameo. It just literally in the past 24 hours of like, hi, so-and-so, wait, what's your name? And I'm Brandy, and here's my wine, and I'm not drunk yet, but I'm about to be, and nothing about Girls Trip. But it seemed a little messy, like even for Brandy. And she's like, you know what? Wait, you're getting married. Don't fucking get married. She's like, and wait, you're also moving from New York to Tennessee. Why would you ever leave New York City for Tennessee? She's like, stop. And you have to look it up. And she's just like, and by the way, I want to let you know, this is a cameo someone paid for. She's like, by the way, I want to let you know, I'm having such a fucking shitty day. She's like, I'm having a really bad day.
Brandy.
So it's like, and it's classic Brandy, but it's just like, look, everyone has always said, oh, she has a drinking problem. I never really thought so. I mean, I know that sounds crazy because I think there's, but now I'm like, oh man, like, I don't know. Like, and I'm not criticizing her. I love her. It's a shame. Like, she's really done. Like, and she was on the Traders, and they just had the Traders like rap party, and she wasn't there, which is Peacock. So, I mean, she is done. Like, this is, done. They don't care.
Caroline's been very quiet. Caroline hasn't said anything. So
yeah, because she's suing. That's why. Because she like called her family, and then she called her lawyer, and her lawyer's like, you need to get out of there because you can't say how uncomfortable you are and then just stay another day. So pack your bags and get to the hotel, and we come home, and that's why she's quiet. I'm convinced that, look, maybe we'll never hear about it, but I'm convinced. Look, you know how it is. You don't get to keep all the money if you leave early, but I'm sure they were like, don't even try to ask for a penny back. She's keeping every penny.
And do you think that they paid Caroline everything, given that she left 3 days early?
That's what I mean. I think, yes, they did, because they were like, you better pay her everything, and then we'll figure out what's coming next. Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. I think her attorney was like, she didn't fulfill the contract, but if you try to give her 1 penny less, this is going to get more ugly than you think. And I mean, you think Bravo at that point is going to be like, let's risk it? No, I think she got every fucking penny.
Wow.
Well, I do think that she
Caroline.
I think that she was entitled to everything because, but for that assault, she would have completed her job. Something interfered with her completing her job. So they can't not pay her completely. Like legally, I feel that they don't have a right to do that.
And to be honest with you, just to keep it clean, they probably just gave Brandy all the money. Like, get out. Like, just here it is. We want no problems.
Right.
Like,
You
go
think?
away. I probably just like, what's the difference of that? Like, we'll never use you again. You know how it is. Like, when it's a real corporation like NBC, they just want sign on the dotted line that, you know, this and that, and you can keep the money. And I don't know, like, maybe they tied Carolyn's to that, like, sign on the dotted line and keep it all. And I don't know, but I think Carolyn is going to get some quiet hush hush payday.
I think so too.
Oh my God. Also, what is your whatever think?
I don't know.
Kim, has she said?
I mean, she's not such a Caroline fan.
No.
But she does think this is crazy. And I don't think Caroline will ever be back in the network either. And I don't think they'll ever be at BravoCon again. I think they're just both.
I don't think she wants to.
Done. I know. That's the difference. I think Caroline is like,
I think it's over for both of them.
She's probably Caroline like mad at herself.
I don't think it's over for Caroline. I just think that Caroline has she has a real fan base. People love her. I think, you know, there's things that she likes to do. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
You know, maybe we'll see a tell-all book.
Ooh, tell-all.
I
love a tell-all.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Let's do a quiz.
Well,
we do a quiz at the end.
I have a game that for
okay, let's
David.
do the game. Okay.
Tell me.
It's a game to really get to know David. Okay. We've never done this before, but I just came up with this with John Liam.
I am your first guest ever.
Exactly. And if you're not game for it, then we're not going to put the episode.
I'm game. I'm game. I'm usually game for everything. Just everyone go to Behind the Velvet Rope podcast and listen to all my interviews and listen to you guys on my podcast.
Exactly. And by the way, if you are a Housewife fan, you are going to want to subscribe to Behind the Velvet Rope because I mean, just from this conversation, you have had every guest that is like
ever.
Everybody wants to be on your podcast, including us, and we're very lucky to have you here.
Yes.
Okay,
you guys are gonna come back. Okay,
we want to. Okay, let's play a game. So this is Mommy Issues. Go through my phone. Okay.
Oh boy.
So we're gonna go through David's phone to really get to know him.
Okay, let's.
Okay, it's not that many things, but we're just gonna do a couple things. Okay. So you have to tell us who the last person you DM'd was.
MD.
MD?
Kim D.
Oh, Kim D. Kim D.
Kim D. Oh, DM, not a text. DM.
Oh, a DM or a text?
A DM. DM is a little saucier.
Oh, well, I mean, I have the listeners of the podcast DM me all day. So I respond.
Humble brag.
No, but I mean, like, literally, I mean, it's going to be someone here. I mean, you're saying I'm responding to a DM, right?
I guess it's more somebody who, like, you're sliding into their DM.
Did you slide into anybody's DM?
Have you ever slid into people's DMs?
Yes, but I really don't slide. Yeah, but I don't slide into DMs often. But if someone, no, I mean, this is not a humble brag, but when the listeners, they all DM, I do like to respond to each person. But if someone is cute, I will, like, there is someone now that, like, I've just kept the conversation going. I mean,
there you go. Don't.
I mean, this has been going on. Granted, we live in like two different like states. Not that that really matters.
Well, you're all over the place.
I know.
Yeah, seriously.
But we just are having, you know, like, I feel like I will respond. I will keep responding if you are cute. I feel if someone slips into your DMs and you're not going back and forth, like, obviously you're not just doing this because you're such a fan of the show. Like,
totally
going on here. So there you go. Sorry, I thought you meant a text.
No, well, the next one was going to be the last person you text. So Kim D. Also, the whole thing of like of somebody messaging you on Instagram and them being cute. Have you heard the thing of like, do not touch the small of my back to move me, unless you're hot.
I like that.
Which is like, it's so funny that that happens. It's like, don't talk to me. I don't want to have attention unless you're very good looking, and then you can talk to me all you want.
I agree with that. When I'm out in a crowded place, I do have a thing where, like, if you kind of put your hand on me to move me, I will literally
Oh no, I'll
lose my
freak out
shit.
on.
I will lose my shit on you.
Yeah.
That bothers me. And then you
That
turn
is-
around and the person's hot and you're like, well, that's okay.
They're like 6'4" and you're Adonis. You're like, hi, I'll
I'm
move.
like, that's fine.
I'll move in
yes.
with you.
Yes.
Okay. What's the last song what's the song that's like paused on your Spotify right now? The last song you listened to?
Well, since I'm going to 4 nights of the celebration tour with Madonna,
Oh,
I was just listening to Madonna, the Finally Enough Love, which was her greatest hits. It came out last summer. Her 50 songs, all Madonna songs, all the hits that you know. So I was just listening to Bitch on Madonna, number 46 with Nicki Minaj out of 50.
Okay. I love it. This is very revealing about you. Okay. What's the last photo that you took?
Of himself.
Let's see.
I hope it's
does
a selfie.
does a screenshot, like if you save,
yeah,
take a screenshot,
that counts. That counts.
Or if someone sends you something and you save it, does that count?
Whatever was the most
it
recent.
counts.
This was well, also from Kim D, because Kim was on my podcast. And do you watch the New Jersey Housewives?
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
we do.
So you know how last week or 2 weeks ago the newbie Jen Fessler said, I fucking hate Siggy. They used to be friends. So Kim, who's on my podcast once a week, is friends with Siggy. So I said, call Siggy and figure out how she feels about this. Siggy could care less about the show. And she's like, oh, guess what? Jen Fessler texted Siggy after it came on the screen. I fucking hate her. Texted her like, oh my God, girl, I didn't really mean that. Well, welcome to the game, Jen Fessler.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you think that was edited. Like, you said it, so you obviously mean it. So Siggy sent a text to Kim about like, this is what this girl said to me, and you could share this with the whole world because I don't give a fuck. So there you go. So it's like, so she's like, hi Sig, like literally it's this Jen Fessler saying like, please don't hate me. I didn't mean I hated you on TV. And Siggy's like, you meant it. I don't care. And this is how Housewives works. Like, don't say something. So that's kind of interesting, right?
That is interesting. The last person you called is the last question.
The last person I called, let's see.
Or the last person who called you. It's just the
last week I was calling Anna a million times.
We were talking last week a lot.
I mean, also Adriana called me 9,000 times.
Oh my gosh. After or before you did the podcast? Or she did the podcast?
Before and after.
Yeah, before, during, and after. God. I am like literally like a therapist at times. And if you are a podcast host who has guests on their podcast, you are a therapist. And I'm just like, I understand. Like, it's gonna blow over. And like, I really like, look, once someone shows a vulnerable side, I have like a soft spot for them. So I agree with like, Anne, like I do have a soft spot for Adriana because I feel like she's not, she meant well.
No, and she opened up and
she was also on the Page Six podcast. I'm like, are you calling Page Six 97 times today?
Probably not.
And it's okay. I like it, right? Because you'll come back and I'm like, don't worry about it. The last person who called me during this podcast was Kim D. Like 7 times.
Oh my God, Kim.
To be like, what is that important? And then I was like, by the way, send me these texts from Siggy, and she did. And I'm like, I don't know what. So maybe there's some breaking news in the news.
Oh, maybe there is breaking news.
But it's like, girl, I'm on air. You gotta.
We're on air. We're doing stuff.
Yeah, this is important.
Okay, that was it. That was the game. Now let's do a quiz. You want to do a quiz?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Mommy, do you want to go? Okay. All right. I will pose this to both of you. What is an almond mom?
Almond mom?
Yeah. And David, do not look it up.
I did it.
Like a granola mom. The mom that doesn't give dairy to her children.
That's pretty close. David, any guesses?
I was going to say something that I wouldn't have said out loud. So
I really would like you to say it out loud.
We're finishing.
It's, I just, no, I really didn't know what it was.
Okay. An almond mom is a mom who is overbearing about what their daughter eats.
Okay.
Oh.
A la Yolanda Hadid. I'm sure you've seen those videos resurfacing from Beverly Hills where she's like,
just eat one almond.
Yeah. It's an almond mom. It's a term.
You know what? Now Gigi and Bella make millions and millions and millions.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks to the almond mom.
Anwar is right up there with them, and he dated, who did he date? Dua Lipa. So there you go.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yolanda, I'll eat one almond if you want to. You want to get me the Gigi Hadid career.
My quiz question, because I have to take out to the airport and I don't want to miss that. It's for you because David's going to know what it is. I ask her questions of things she should know and doesn't. What's a patsy?
I don't know if I really know what that is.
David, I'm so glad David's here.
Oh God. All right.
Can you give me context?
Like a pansy boy, like a weak man?
No, not really.
I don't know what a patsy is.
Oh God.
A patsy.
I mean,
an expat?
No.
Okay.
A patsy is kind of like a scapegoat. A patsy is like somebody that's like you know, just a sitting duck, kind of like you I don't know.
It seems like you don't really know what it is, honestly.
No, I do know what it is. But
and this happens often where somebody will text me after the episode and be like, your mom gave a definition of something that is
the only one that's ever done that is Scotty.
No, Marie did
a patsy. I mean, I've heard of it, but
it's a patsy, a person who is easily taken advantage of, especially by being cheated or blamed for something. It's just like you're blamed for something, like a scapegoat. That's what I said first.
A patsy.
I'm glad you give me credit for knowing that, but I mean, if it's not housewives related,
no, that's how I feel.
Or like celebrity interviews. Well, I mean, I knew about Hailey and
I know. I'm actually not shocked that you knew, but
come say bye to me.
It was a lot.
They won't let me go.
Do you know what we never talked about? We have to talk about that, but I am living for the whole Eminem reasonably shady. Do you know about this? Like Giselle and Rob. I am living for this, literally. And the fact that his daughter, I didn't know, had a podcast called Just a Little Shady or Little Shady.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I found out through this. His daughter's podcast is called like Little Shady.
How old is she now? She's probably like
she's
18?
engaged.
Oh.
She's engaged. I think she's like in her 20s.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
But I mean, if you're Eminem's daughter, what a great name for a
it's
podcast.
A really good. Well,
is that her name?
Well, the podcast is called The Little Shady.
Little Shady, like Little Slim Shady. And Eminem opened a spaghetti spot called Mom Spaghetti, which is also genius.
Really?
Eminem is so killing it.
Where's that? In LA?
Probably, I would imagine in like Detroit or something, wherever he's from.
Oh, I'm like, Joe, is this a new place I need to go in LA that I haven't?
No, you just have to get another place. You just have to go to Detroit.
No, nobody wants to live in Detroit.
I need to go to Schwartz and Sandy's. It's actually kind of near. So we'll go. It's near my house. My new
great.
apartment.
Okay. I need to go. I've heard terrible things about it, but we need to go.
Yeah. But we have to just we'll go. We'll talk about it on this podcast.
Yeah,
we'll have to when I'm there in April.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're going to be there. Oh, we'll all go.
Yeah. We'll all go. Yeah. Apparently, Mommy, you'll love it. They have blue drinks.
Oh, I love a blue
My mom loves a blue drink. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's blue.
It doesn't matter if it's like from Chili's, like it's super like low brand.
Preferably from Chili's.
Preferably. Yeah.
And we don't have to stay. It's just on my list of places that I've never been. We don't have to stay.
We'll walk in.
If we hate it.
We'll walk in and we'll just
scope it out.
A blue drink and leave.
Yeah.
I want to say something because I've predicted things on this show before. Successfully, right, Beba? Most of the time.
What have you predicted successfully?
Everything about Lisa and the husband already having an affair last season.
That was
yeah.
You did do that. That was obvious,
I mean, whatever other stuff. When somebody was going to break up,
Larsa?
No, not of Housewives. Harry Styles and Olivia
Wilde. Okay, that's again not groundbreaking.
And apparently, you're predicting the end of Jennifer.
I am predicting. Yes, I'm predicting of that, and then now I'm predicting that Lisa Rinna is trying to get a spot on the talk.
Oh.
And she
by the way,
on
she would do great.
She actually did great.
Was she back on there more?
She
than
was
once?
on. Yes, she was on Friday, and she's been on before.
Wow!
But this time, she Harry Hamlin was a guest, and she was. I guess she asked them if she could do the introduction to him. So she read the teleprompter and she did the whole thing.
I see. She
sounded very much like a co-host, and I think that she's trying to get that gig because I didn't see Amanda Klute, whatever. She wasn't there. Maybe she's covering for her, but that's how you get a gig.
This is her second because she was on with just like 3 weeks ago, right?
Oh
after
no, that's
Housewives.
what I'm
So
saying. That's
wow.
when they give you like those back to backs, that's mean they're testing you. They're doing
testing
a
you.
chemistry test.
I'm okay with this one.
I support it.
I
me
think
too. I
she
think
will
it's a
be
better place
great.
for her. She gets too toxic in the other environment.
Yeah,
You know?
and I mean, what a great look when Garcelle was on The Real. Like that's a real job, you know.
Yeah,
But the
and
talk
this
is even
this is
higher
better
rated.
than The Real.
Yeah, yes.
This is more than The Real.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh,
This
I
would
would
be
love
a
it.
great. Listen,
No, she
don't
was pretty
anyone
good.
count out Lisa Rinna. She's gonna figure something
never.
out.
Hell no, she's right.
She's a
I
hustler,
agree.
man. She will
I
work. She'll find a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that. Okay.
Let's wrap up, guys. This was
Beverly
so
Hills
nice.
did start filming, by the way. if you saw
Oh,
that.
it
good
did
to
start.
know.
There's a
Is
picture.
there anybody new? I saw that picture, but
We haven't. I don't think we met the new ones yet. And I sent that picture to someone in there's this blonde woman. She's kissing Crystal like from the side. And my friend's like, who's that blonde woman? I'm like, her name is Erica Jane. And she's like, that's not Erica. I'm like, it's Ozempic, Manjaro, Erica. Yes. Well,
How much
Oh,
has she lost?
wow.
not to take this full circle.
Yeah,
but
for real.
She's not like a toothpick, but I mean, for
She's
Erica,
much
she's
thinner.
on the way if she keeps shooting
Oh,
herself
my God.
up. I mean,
Jesus
according, you know,
Christ.
Shooting yourself up.
go and look at it. It's
That's what it is.
like, I'm like, that's Erica. She's like, it can't be. I'm like, look at the face. That is Erica Jane. Cause she's like from the side. So she's, yes. Just letting you know.
Well, I'm excited. Beverly Hills is like one of my favorites. So can't wait.
The best. I'll come back anytime. And everyone listen to Behind the Velvet Rope, please.
Yes.
Behind the Velvet Rope tomorrow after you listen to us. Go straight there because you're going to hear
Adriana.
the Adriana
apology tour.
The apology tour.
Yeah,
the apology tour.
I can't wait to hear it.
But she comes out. Listen, she has a lot to say. She doesn't have anything good to say about Marisol. Like she's not like a wallflower. She's coming in strong, but she's
probably
she's emotional.
Well, we don't have anything nice to say about Marisol either.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does.
Marisol, aka Drunkasol, aka the Rotting Corpse, aka Vodka Legs. I've seen so many, and now people are giving you credit for the Rotting Corpse on Twitter.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah,
it's not my proudest moment, but whatever.
That's from our podcast.
That is.
Like, I'll take it.
Whoops. Okay, guys, follow us on Instagram at Mommy Issues the Pod. Follow me at Beba_Rod. Follow my mom at Anna Cooks, QOOKS. Follow David at
Behind Velvet Rope. And listen to us tomorrow. And tag me when this comes out, and I will post this everywhere.
We definitely will. Thank you so much for coming on.
Seriously,
this was fun. I'll come on anytime you want, and you guys will come back on mine.
Of course, of course. Beba will have
and
I can't wait for the Miami reunion.
I know it's going to be great.
That's going to be great.
And we have to review the outfits when that happens. I mean, I already saw them. I already have my opinion. So you know.
Yeah. All right. Guys. Well, and then I'll see you in April in person.
We'll see. We'll meet at Shorts and Sandy's, guys.
Yeah. That's Spago and any of the regulars.
Perfect. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.